Hey, welcome back to the video. If you're not cleaning your leads before you send to them a cold email, you're most likely wasting your time as well as your money because you're risking your email reputation, your domains, and your whole infrastructure, which costs you a lot of time and money to build up in the first place. So I'll show you some tips on what you should do, how you can clean your leads, as well as those pesky catch-alls, what you should do with them, because realistically, there's just a few things you get after you clean your lead list. It could be either safe to send to, could be invalid, could be unknown, could be spam trap, which should not send to, could be disabled, inbox full, or catch-all. Usually it's like 20-30% of your emails are usually catch-all. If you don't know what that means, just stick around and I'll explain. And I'll show you exactly on how you can squeeze 50 to 60% more response rates from your emails and show you how you can message the prospect that nobody else is messaging. So it's pretty exciting. Let's get into the video. All right, so let's get into the video. I'll quickly explain what email cleaning is if you're not familiar. If you already know, I'll show you some tips on how you can just even leverage this even further. But basically it's like this. For those who don't know, you have your regular leads list. As you can see, I've uploaded 12.5K of leads into this lead cleaning tool called Reoon. I'll tell you the differences between the ones I know, but basically what it does, it cleans the emails and makes sure it's safe to send to. It has a few certain types, but what you should be worried about is the unknown ones. You don't want to send to those. The invalid ones, don't send to those. Don't send to disabled or spam traps. Inbox full, you don't want to send to those. Disposable ones as well, like these are the ones like the temporary email inboxes. Inbox full, I think you understand, right? Spam trap is just specifically made to, just catch spammers. Disabled, invalid, unknown, just don't send to those. And then we have role as well as safe, which you should be sending to. Role is questionable for some people. Usually it's not that much, right? But a big question, a big caveat is here. As you can see, there's 300, so quite a few emails left in catch-all. So you might be asking, well, what is catch-all, right? So it's a very good question. So for example, we have our own domains, right? Like sabo@scalingroom.com, right? So this is my personal email address. What a catch-all is basically like this. So not a name, so not a person's inbox, but it's something like help@scalingroom.com, or it could be info@scalingroom, right? So like a catch-all, so it catches all the replies and it's managed by multiple people. Usually it's not good to send to those, but you can still do it because everybody basically avoids it unless you're using this tool, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so that's the whole premise of email cleaning. Generally, you just want to run it through a tool like this and click save and download the safe one. As you can see, well, this is quite a decent ratio, actually. I'll tell you, 70% of the emails are safe, 69.11%, but basically 70% I can send to and they are safe. Usually it's between like 55-65%, so this is quite on the high end. And all these tools do the same thing, right? Like I've just been introduced to this tool called sparkle.io. It is quite decent. Like I said, all of them do pretty much the same. And if you want to get started, I recommend a tool like Reoon or even Sparkle. This is quite new. I haven't tested it so much, but it seems decent. So one thing this tool is quite good for is if you're just starting out or if you just want to test it, this gives you 10K email credits every single day for 60 days for absolutely free. So you can theoretically clear more than 500,000 leads for free. If you sign up for multiple accounts, you can even use it further if you don't want to pay for lead cleaning. It seems like quite a decent tool. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. We've just been testing it, but you could use anything else. Like most people just tend to just use MillionVerifier. But the big problem I always come to is if everybody uses the same tools to clean their emails. For example, if there's 100K emails, there are unclean, raw, everybody cleans that list, you're left off with 60K emails. But if I use that, for example, this tool, which gives me, in this case, slightly more. In this example, let's just say, with Reoon, we are technically able to get 70K emails. There's a big difference, right? Like, as you can see, all the people who are using MillionVerifier are not sending to these people. So these people are never being sent cold emails. So, you want to find a tool that you like. It is cheap, it is affordable, but always try different options because you don't want to go with what everybody else is going, because you're just going to send to what everybody else is sending. And obviously that's not good, right? You don't want to do what the majority of the people are doing in this case, right? Obviously, it is quite a good tool, quite good UI, quite good everything. It is quite affordable as well. For example, if you're talking pricing for 10K, you're paying 40 bucks. Quite interesting. This tool gives you 10K every day for 2 months. So that's quite a good offer that these guys have, and it's absolutely free. Seems like so far so good. And well, if you want more, like 500K, it's obviously better to buy in bulk. It's $250. For Reoon, it's basically, well, it's quite a lot cheaper for me because I do have the lifetime plan. So what that means is on AppSumo, you can get this tool lifetime access to it for a certain price. I have bought the biggest plan, which is 400 bucks, but it gives you 700k credits and 4.5k credits every single day. So I mean, if you break down the math, like go back to MillionVerifier, how much would 700k cost? Pretty much the same, right? And on top of that, you're getting a lot more every single day. So you're getting 4.5k every single day. And I just checked, if you own like the big plan, like the bigger plans, as you can see I'm on tier 5, I'm getting a big multiplier to the credit top up. So for example, if I want to get like 1 million leads from them, it is going to cost $430 as opposed to, let's say, well, it's quite the similar actually. So if you just want to use this, it is quite decent, right? You don't need to use Reoon, but if you need that like recurring credits, it's quite good. But if you're just starting out, you have small lists, you could definitely use something like Sparkle. It is absolutely free to use at this point. But yeah, now we've covered this. Just pick one. And if you're already using some, I would advise you to try the other ones as well. Yeah, but basically, again, it's like this. As you can see, I've cleaned just on this account more than 1.3 million leads. And yeah, well, we had some lists which were quite bad, but it's not the fault of Reoon. It's basically the fault of the list because we scrape quite a lot of directories and they tend not to have the most accurate or updated data. So that's okay. But you know, the whole point is more than half would have been quite bad. Almost 400,000 leads here that are missing. So that's catch-all. If you can clean that, you can send to so many more people. And the problem is, sure, you could just like download it and send to that, but it's risky. Like not all of them are set up in a way that is cold email friendly. It is definitely a strategy to do because pretty much 99.9% of the people don't send to catch-all at all. What you could do is you can use a tool called Enrichley, or there's a whole bunch of other tools, but this is just the one that I feel like just works the best. It is quite expensive if you go with the lower plan, but for 150 a month, you get 50,000 credits, which is okay. So I would realistically only use this if you want to squeeze a lot more out of your leads. Because, I mean, if you take a look at the math, like 100 bucks, 150 credits, you'd be paying like almost $1,000 for these 400,000 emails cleaned. But you know, these are the emails that nobody else is sending to. So I highly recommend, once you've gone through the good stuff, come back and just send to those people, because at that point you have already sent out a ton of emails. You already know like what segment, what specific copy is going to resonate with the audience, and you can just double down on what is working and just send to those prospects. So that's what I recommend you to do. I know it could be like a little bit pricey, but it is definitely worth it. So use a tool that is cleaning the catch-all emails, because again, you want to send to the emails that nobody else is sending to. So yeah, this was pretty much the whole video. If you got any value out of it, I'd highly appreciate a like and subscribe. If you need anything I mentioned today in this video, is going to be in the document in the second link in the description. If you just want to talk to me or my team on how to implement this, you can book a call with me. It's going to be the first link in the description. But with that in mind, I'll see you in the next one. This was Sabo.